Okay, the reason why I like the Saw franchise series, just the Saw, is it's very easy. It's them putting in a situation like, you know, something they never will have to do in life, but in the movie they have to do. It's just like choose a person to live or die, or it's just that feeling. It's getting into the society of, um, really, it fits in the society of people who say one thing, but it's just it's a good series. It gets I frankly really get terrified of that movie. I don't know. It's just, or I kind of get that uneasy feeling. It's just it's like you could choose this homeless man or this man. It's like, ugh. And it just it fits the human beings on this earth. It actually fits them to a T. Like how a businessman lies, cheats, and steals your money, and then when you have a choice of another man or your wife, live or die, the choice is yours alone. It gets into that realm of wow. Oh, I don't even want to think of that stuff, man. That's horrible. That really, but it's it hits a chord, and I like how the meaning of the whole movie is basically about selfish needs. Maybe the movie is trying to tell us something. Why are we all selfish? Or why do we judge? Because Jigsaw, like he says, why you judge another? Now you have to judge for yourself who lives or dies. It's a great concept of a movie. The last one's going to be in 3D. I think it's coming out. Well, my friend is a brainiac and all that, so he'll tell me. I think he said the 29th. The 29th it's coming out in 3D. I would really like to see that. I just don't want to pay $12 to see it. I just don't like paying for movies. I physically do not like paying for movies. It just grinds my freaking my whole belly and intestines start releasing my foul, basically shit odor kind of. $12. Uh-oh. Yeah, I I can't keep my cool with them. And why do I hear Alex Jones continuously pausing in my head? That guy's just angers the hell out of me. I hate to say this, Alex Jones angers the hell out of me. With his long freaking ass pauses and that voice, just that raspy. I hate people with raspy voices. I just hate it. That's why I just hate people with raspy voice. I don't know. It just pisses the hell out of me because I just want to strangle them. Anywho, that's just my mind playing tricks again. Anywho, yeah, the Saw movies are just crazy, man. Man, yeah, I love the concept of it. Very cool concept. Um, you can play that concept for so long, and how many things can you kill a person with? I think the seventh one is gonna be they say it's gonna be final one, but remember with Jason, they don't. I hope they don't pull a Jason on this one. Oh, I hope they don't. The Friday the 13th. Hope they don't play another Friday the 13th on this. The last one was never the last one. I thought when Jason Goes to Hell, that would be the last one. No, that won't be the last one. Jason doesn't go. Woo! Then I like the one, Jason X. That's basically, Jason X was, Jason X was in space. I love that one. That was the most stupidest one in the world. They just go to space and Jason's in space. Ridiculous, man. That one was just, who the fuck concepted that idea? Jason Voorhees in space. It's kind of like Leprechaun in space. What the hell? The Leprechaun series was just ridiculous. And my dog's sniffing around. Oh! Yeah, I left my dog in the bathroom for, like, a little while because I don't like paying for kennels. And I don't know if my friends came over to walk her, but she didn't pee and poop in the bathroom. So she was a good girl. So I don't know. Probably one of my friends came over. Thank you, whoever did. If you guys did, or I don't. Thank you. But if you didn't, good girl, Ladybird. You're becoming a real woman. I wish you were a real woman. It only worked on my head. That was so funny, that Seamus scene. I wish you were a real sea captain. Out of wood, and he says, I wish it only worked on my head. James Woods. Nobody's made out of wood. Anywho. That was great, guys. I liked Halloween Horror Nights this year a little. I don't know if I would go next year. I gotta save that money. I don't really want to go to an event like that. Only if they have something that intrigues me. Hate is supposed to intrigue me this year, and it turned out not to be fun, really. I like Greek mythological things, but it seems like it gets real boring, after a while. It just gets real boring, I've helped, do building and design work, and now it just gets so boring as the years go on, I need to take a little halt from Haunted Attraction life. I really do. Even theme park life, too, it gets kind of irritating and boring. You're like, why? You had the greatest job in the world, and you knew a lot of things, and you did a lot of things. It gets boring. I don't know. It just gets completely boring. To people who, basically, the people who are usually why you say that they're like in their 20s and probably 30s and saying, that it's wonderful, and they probably never did this in their life, so, they just know the magical aspect of it. I know the technical aspect and all that. It's not, once you know the technical aspect of things, it becomes not fun. It becomes like, oh, you know how that is done, so it doesn't really scare you. And so you knew how that was working, and you know how that stuff works, and really it just becomes unfun after a while. It's like, you know how that's done, so that doesn't scare me anymore. Nothing can really scare me anymore because I know how that stuff is done. Now I can breathe. Oh yeah, I love people who love pop culture and claim they're smart. It's funny. Yeah, well, that's how we're, I have a good friend, and, that we talk about that, but it's funny. It's amazing how our economy and how our future generations going to be involved into pop culture, and I think our nation is doomed as an individual. I really do. I think we're on the precipice of, natural cadence, playing video games constantly. Our nation is going to be shut down, basically. I hate to say it, but my generation is the biggest stupid bunch of morons in the world. I just have to say that. Including myself. I'm a moron. We're all morons in our generation. It seems like we were doused with video games. We were brain numbed by sodium fluoride. We had parents that gave us medications in high school to make us dumb down because the teachers wanted to dumb us down. I think it was a whole precipice in our school system to dumb down the children to a point that none of us in our school system could ever hit political achievement or hit financial freedom. What they basically did in the freaking high school, middle school, and elementary school is make us basically feel like we're going to be in poverty the rest of our lives. And basically, that's what they do. And so basically, kids who my age and older, basically, will not even have a future. I got a feeling they're gonna. Oh, I'm not gonna do it on this thing. I'm gonna do it on my other channel. And yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, this pop culture thing. The Bill and Ted show I saw yesterday. Yes. The Bill and Ted show I saw, and can I tell you something? It was not good. I'm not a big Bill and Ted fan. I don't know why people love that show. Alright? Me, I'm a Mormon, so, I have my moral code. And, I just go in there because my friend wanted to go in there, so I'm just being a nice friend sitting down. But I could not stand that show. I just can't stand garbage like that. I can't stand garbage. And Bill and Ted show is complete garbage. It's immoral. It's just garbage. Okay. And if our kids my age and the future generation like that stuff, we are in deep, deep shit in the country. We will not be basically like the Republic back in the days, like our grandfathers. We are going to be some type of tripped out LSD. Actually, that could be a pretty cool little thing, but not as a country. Because then other countries won't be backing us up. We will be the single alone country, and other countries will bomb the hell out of us. You know what? China is much smarter than us. Seriously, China, they have more brain power than us. I guarantee you. I gotta check this out, but I don't think China allows porn in China. I don't think they allow that. I think they ban all that, and they just keep the kids going to school constantly. God, if that's true, we're in deep shit. We're in deep shit if that's true. If they just basically just educate these people to the extreme point of knowledge. And here we are feeding our face with Lady Gaga. And you know how dangerous that is, ladies and gentlemen? You know how freaking dangerous this is? I'm going to do it on my other channel, but I want to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that the Hollows Pass rocked. Orphanage was okay. Bill and Ted, please, Universal, get rid of Bill and Ted. Put something else. Put, Chris Angel. That would be cool. Get out Chris Angel. A magician. Brian Brushwood, have him do a new show. Have Brian Brushwood do a new show, or just don't hire him. Because I'm tired of seeing him constantly doing the same thing. Or come out with a new, cool, catchy, you know what? I don't mind you do a Hollywood Horror Nights, sacrifice thing, basically. Yeah, have basically sacrifices done. Instead of, at Bill and Ted show. Make something horror. What's so horror about Bill and Ted? There's nothing horror about Bill and Ted. You're just trying to feed the idiotic minds. But that's another story I'm going to get with.